Look, I tried to keep my mouth shut about this stupid fucking promotion, but I can't any longer. It is an absolute cancer to combat sports. And I'm here to talk about why the fuck it is absolutely the worst promotion that's ever became a thing in combat sports history. And it all starts with this asshole right here. If you guys didn't know, this is actually who owns the fucking company. And he is listed as their consensus number one pound for pound fighter on their website. The guy who owns the company is somehow the number one fighter. And I'm not going to say he's bad. Well, he's very fucking bad. He is honestly a horrible boxer. He just throws his fucking arms in different fucking ways. And then he just pays his opponents to lose to make it look like he's fucking good. This right here is the one good thing to ever come out of Misfits, and that's Tommy Fury, the only actual pro boxer on this fucking roster. He is quite possibly unbeatable by every other person on the roster. There's literally isn't a single person that comes close. Tommy Fury is the best boxer on Misfits if he even chooses to stay on Misfits, which I don't think he will because it's not a real boxing promotion. The number one fight to ever happen on Misfits was with this guy right here, Jake Paul, and Tommy Fury. It was a great fight. It was actually the best one Misfits has ever came out with. I was surprised because this is actually two real boxers. The first time they've ever had two real fighters come on and do something. And it was fucking rigged. Also, Jake Paul obviously won that fight, but it went to Tommy Fury so that KSI could try to get Jake Paul away from him as possible. Because he knows, and I think as well as everybody else knows, Jake Paul would knock the fuck out of KSI. But he's recently opened his eyes and signed with the PFL and left that absolutely shitty brand. Next, I'm going to talk about the single-handedly dumbest fucking thing I think I've ever seen in boxing. Tag team boxing. Who came up with it? I don't fucking know. Probably Vince McMahon. This belongs in WWE, not in boxing. Misfits, quit ruining the fucking sport. The problem is they actually have 12-year-olds who fantasize over this shit. The 12-year-olds, they live for the tag team boxing. They love seeing B-Dave out there. And I'll get into that shitter more later on. Let's talk about the actual roster here. This was a recent one that they came out with, Ed Matthews versus mystery opponent. The mystery opponent was Pineda, probably one of the worst boxers I've ever seen in the history of boxing. And he actually beat Ed Matthews. So, not sure where they found this Ed Matthews guy if he's losing to Pineda, because Pineda's probably the worst fucking fighter I've ever seen. These two right here are the reason tag team boxing is a thing, and the reason Misfits is a horrible fucking company, because they signed these two. B-Dave, you're a fucking idiot. You can't fight. Stop. I don't know what you did before you did this Misfits thing, but go back to it, because your career is not in boxing. Pineda, what are you doing? Please get the fuck out of my life. I would be happy if this dude just completely left Earth. Watching these two fight made me want to carve my fucking eyes out with a knife. It was that bad. It was so bad that I firmly believe any casual combat sports fan could go into one of these rings and beat everybody and instantly become champion. The roster is that bad. For the last thing, I want to talk about one fight specifically. Face Temper versus KSI. If you were to tell me that Face Temper was going to get knocked out in the first round, I would have called you fucking crazy. I was watching this dude since I was probably 8 years old, back when FaZe was popping in gaming. This dude was working out every single fucking day. Everyone in the FaZe house was literally scared of this dude. Like, he was just known as the dad in the house. Like, this motherfucker trained every single day like it was nothing. And you want to sit here and tell me KSI knocks him out in the first round? Go fuck yourself. This fight was obviously paid off. If you watch back, Temper looks like he's doing absolutely nothing. He looks like it's his first time boxing, but guess what? I know it's not his fucking first time boxing because I grew up watching him. This dude has been practicing fighting ever since he was a fucking teenager playing Call of Duty. This motherfucker doesn't lose to KSI any day of the week, and I know KSI paid this motherfucker off just to make it look like he's not scared of Jake Paul. because we all know he runs from Jake Paul for a fucking living. But that's pretty much it for this rant. I couldn't let this fucking company keep doing it without saying anything. I absolutely despise Misfits, and I hope they go bankrupt one day because I'm tired of seeing KSI pay off a bunch of fighters that I grew up watching and they just instantly get knocked out because there's no room in that for boxing. Please get this fucking promotion out of here. I'm tired of watching tag team B-Dave and Pineda every fucking time they have something going on. I'm done watching it. I'm just done. And I hope you guys are also done watching it too because it's a fucking scam and Misfits is a absolute cancer to combat sports. Yeah. I just don't see how it's possible for the person who owns the company to be the main fighter. You're obviously doing something behind the fucking curtains. Your number one fighter should not be a person who has a stake in the fucking company. That's like if Alexander Volkanovski owned the fucking UFC. It just doesn't work. Roman Reigns owning the WWE. It doesn't fucking work. I don't know how people still continue to get away with this shit. Please, somebody do something with Misfits. I'm tired of seeing it. It's fucking terrible. But that's pretty much the end of it. And I'm pretty confident that even if I was thrown in a ring with KSI and the top fighters on Misfits, I would knock every single one the fuck out. Because that's how fucking bullshit this roster is. But let me know what y'all think about Misfits. Hopefully they go fucking bankrupt. That's what I hope. And yeah, let me know.